We have been abroad, overseas, for 2 years, right? This time, 2 years ago, I wrote my resignation letter and turned it in and said I'm out. I said I'm out. I don't know what we gonna do. I don't know how my life is gonna turn out. If I could go back in time and speak to myself during that time, because that was a hard time. I was going through a lot. I've never disclosed it on stream and I never will, right? But I said, you know what, bro? I knew to bet on myself. I knew it. I knew to bet on myself. I said, bro, you could try to play it safe and stay at this job while they on shit. Or you could trust yourself and trust all the skills and the due diligence that you've been putting into yourself and take your ass to Colombia and go figure shit out. A lot of people would have never did what I did, right? Credit card debt, haven't paid rent, got a little bit of money inside their retirement. But I'm running the mathematics in my head. I said, bro, I just need something to keep me afloat for a couple months. I'm smart enough to figure it out. The original plan was for me to quit my job with $50,000 saved, between $20,000 and $50,000 saved, right? That was my original plan. $20,000 to $50,000 saved. I quit the job, go full-time tech and live overseas and do the content thing. This is before we really was even dumping out content. I don't even think I put my first vlog out yet or my first video out yet. But that was the overall plan. Unfortunately, a couple is hating, realized that this young nigga with no kids is coming into work every day, taking up all the overtime, making all this money. He not on no child support. He don't got no kids that he got to raise. None of that. And he taking that money and he going overseas and he going to Colombia and he's enjoying himself. He got a spreadsheet he bring up every day of how much overtime he got to work so that he could basically just have enough money. I had a spreadsheet. I brought it on stream before, right? I'm gonna see if I could show you guys what this spreadsheet looked like. I had a spreadsheet I brought up. And I would have it open all the time because I knew how much I had to work so that I could be free. I knew how much I had to work so that I could be free. They didn't like that. They didn't like that one bit. Everybody asking me about my business. I don't even tell people what I'm doing. It's just in my business. Hey, what's that spreadsheet for? I'm just calculating my hours. Oh, okay. You're just calculating your hours, huh? Hey, you're taking vacation time. You traveling anywhere? Hating that niggas at the job. Super curious about what you got going on with your life. It don't got nothing to do with this. This is the spreadsheet I was utilizing to get off the matrix. This is before Chat GPT, AI. This is just plain Google spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet understanding. I said to myself, we're going to slave. I got a homeboy that worked with me. He's like, you be a bitch like a slave. Damn near became an inmate. I'm sharing inmate meals. Inmate meals. The trays coming in. I'm sitting there eating the same shit the inmates eating. Same shit. While I'm on this weight loss journey from 275, I got down to 227. Recomp, got Aki. I'm in this calculating how much time can I take off? How much hours can I sleep? I'm hitting up all my sergeants, lieutenants. Yo, do you need an extra body on the shift? I'm here, bro. Whatever you need, I'm here. Every shift know me. He's like, that nigga Mosa, he'll work the night shift into the morning shift, sleep for 6 hours, and be back in the bitch getting that bread. Getting that bread. Because the game plan was to be great. We're going to save up as much money as we possibly can. We're going to get off this plantation. The inmates learning that I'm traveling. They're like, yo, bro, how's Colombia, bro? How the Latinas? I'm like, hey, maybe in 47 years after you get out, you can go see what it is. But this is why niggas got to stay out the streets. And for some of you that's going to get out of the bitch in 3 or 5 months, stay out the streets, bro. Because you don't know what you're missing out on. You got no clue what you're missing out on, young blood. You're missing out on a lot. So, shit happens. Not going to get into it. Right? Regular, trying to hold a brother down. That don't give a fuck. I was never a yes, sir, no, sir, ass again. I never will be. Never will be. I don't bend or fold to pressure at all. I'm more intelligent. Working in law enforcement in the first place is something that would have ate at my soul, right? I got a little older and started to understand power dynamics. So I said, fuck it. I'll go work this job. And the goal was always to leave. It was never to stay. And I'm glad I left. Something finally pushed me out of there. But I didn't leave with the money saved up that I wanted to leave with. I've actually barely left with anything. Frequent trips to Colombia will do that to you. That's why if your plan to leave the matrix and you trying to leave for good, you got to cut down how many trips you take. You take too many trips, you're not going to save enough money to leave. So I got my ass out of here, man. Hold on, let me make this chart big because y'all don't know how real this is, man. Y'all don't know how real this is, nigga. I'm calculating my pay rate, how many hours I'm working, extra duty, holiday hours. You have to work these hours to make up for missed income. Charlie shift, alpha shift. I'm in this bitch calculating how to get out the matrix, bro. I wasn't playing with this. I wasn't playing with this, bro. July 11th, 2024, I signed my resignation letter. Say, hey, bro, I'm out of here, man. I shook the warden's hand. Said, bro, I'm out. Y'all can have it. This ain't me. I'm out. Right? Cool departure. Now, I ain't gonna get into the rest of the details. There was a lot of shit. But the thing about devils is they all go to hell and they burn at some point. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much money I had in my name, but it probably wasn't more than a couple thousand. I took all my shit and drove back to New York. I actually vlogged that whole. I ended up going to J. Cole house and all that. Like I drove to J. Cole crib. I went to Washington D.C. I don't know why I never put the vlog out, but if you guys ever care to watch it, I might put it behind. I might put it behind a paywall for y'all. If y'all ever want to watch that day I quit the job and, you know what I'm saying, drove all the way from Florida to New York type shit. Right? But, so listen. That's the last day I worked a job. I have struggled over these last 2 years. I struggled, bro. I struggled, bro. I had a home studio. I know some of you have no idea that I was doing music commentary before the Homies Hub. You ever want to understand how niggas so well spoken on stream? Well, it's because I've been doing this shit for a little minute, right? My first ever breakthrough 250,000 views was on my Mosa channel. I'll pull up some of my older videos so y'all can see, right? Where's shit at? Damn, son, where my podcast at, man? Did I take those videos down? I guess I must have took the videos down. So y'all probably can't even see. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'll show y'all. Look. This is your boy 2 years ago.
Are you even friends to say that you hope they're your real friends? If not, UYNW.
See, y'all haven't seen Studio Mosa yet. When I get back in studio version, it's going to be crazy. But basically, I turned my whole crib into a studio, and I was commentating from out the crib. I really wasn't getting any views back then. I managed to squeeze like 220,000 views off of shorts. I probably got more than that. I don't know how many total views I got on, but I took a lot of shit down anyway. But I squeezed a couple 100,000 views off shorts. I got a couple viral posts. But this was studio podcaster mode, nigga. So even after the 14, 16-hour shift, I come home on YouTube and I grind. So you guys have to understand that my work ethic has always been different. It's always been different, right? I still got my little tech contract, my little 2,500 tech contract come in. Hey, Mosa, can you build us a database? We heard from a recommendation, and shout out to all the people that send me tech work and send me tech contracts. God bless you, man. Shout out to my ex who put me onto that gig. It goes a long way. Shout out to XRP for writing me that $15,000 grant. It goes a long way. But you need to understand, as I'm babysitting serial killers, I come home and do YouTube, and then I get on tech meetings with my tech guy. This is before Claude. I didn't have Claude. So when I was building software, we had to build that shit from scratch. Yeah.
W Melly, that means it's murder, bro.
Listen. I was on a whole different type of time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I've seen this on my chat before. But I don't know if he one of the niggas that's coming in here to throw niggas off. So we getting that out of here, man. We having real talk over here. We talking about how a nigga left his job, left everything, and fuck it. We leaving the Matrix. Everything in this studio apartment went into storage. I didn't even have the money. It was no more than $150, bro. I had over $3,000 worth of shit. I lost everything, bro. Everything in that studio, I lost everything, bro. I lost everything. Every single thing. I had to have faith in what it is I was doing, man. This is when I started developing mental detachment from physical items. I started developing mental detachment from the Matrix. You feel what I'm saying? This is when I stopped caring about name brands and jewelry and a bunch of shit. I stopped caring about it. I stopped caring about it, bro. I said, bro, we're on a mission. My mission has always been to build my own moat. It wasn't necessarily to be a full-time traveler, but it was to build my own moat where nothing can take me down. Not a discrepancy at the job, not, people going on a cancellation tour to cancel me. It was to build my own moat. If I ever went back to the Matrix, I know I built my own moat. I know I've built recurring revenue. I know I've built skills where if I was to go back to the matrix, I would be at the top of the ladder, but we don't even want to go back to the matrix. For what? I done discovered that the world is my oyster for real. But this is Mosa, CEO by night, entertainer by day. Because I probably streamed this shit at like 8 o'clock in the morning because I worked all night, bro. Got to be back at work at 5:45. Babysit inmates, break up fights, put it on his neck if I need to. You'll never understand the struggle. I don't take handouts. I work for mine. And that's not to say I don't got a supporting family, but I work for mine. Just don't hand me nothing. Since this time, we relocated to Colombia, right? Hold on, because now I got to pull up some of my OG live streams that a lot of you guys haven't seen on this channel. Some of my OG live streams, right? Y'all don't know, I vlogged my whole process. I vlogged everything from us getting to Medellin. Some of you guys been watching since then, man. I think Mike Lowry probably one of the niggas that's been watching since we first came into space. Watching me outside of Medellin when I first landed there. Struggling to speak Spanish. Struggling to run down on it. We've come a long way. Almost 6,000 subscribers. We've come a long way. This is not a story about a nigga traveling to get some ass. This is a story about a nigga leaving everything behind to chase his dreams. Leaving everything behind to chase his dreams. Look, chat. Y'all think this is a joke. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. This is us when we was still learning how to stream. I'm sitting in a hostel, bro. I'm sitting in a hostel in Medellin. I'm so broke at this time, I could only afford to be in a hostel. And not only could I only afford to be in a hostel, I was about to start working at the hostel so that they could let me stay for free. Now, granted, I don't share rooms, so this is my room. No matter how broke I am, I'm not sharing no room with none of you. But I'm in it by myself, but I'm in a hostel, bro. This was my first and last time. I said I'm never doing this shit again. I'm in a hostel, bro. I'm in Medellin building my search directory. Y'all like, yo, whatever happened to the search directory? The search directory turned into the HomiesHub community. This was the first instance where y'all could see I was building the HomiesHub. Since this day, the HomiesHub has probably generated more than $15,000, right? This is me working on my dream. Now, your dream